Breaking news this morning on the far east side of Indianapolis. Police shot a man at the CVS near 21st and Post Road. They had been searching for a second suspect involved in a robbery there, but they have ended that search. Walter Allen is live on the scene where he's been gathering information from police all morning. Walter, good morning.
Drew, good morning to you. Officers have suspended that search for this second suspect in the neighborhood here on the east side after this robbery attempt early this morning. But they are still trying to figure out whether these two men are involved in other robberies throughout Indianapolis in the past few weeks. Having said that they've suspended the search, Chief Hite reminds folks that if you see something, say something. You see anything out of the ordinary, if you see somebody in an area that they typically don't belong, make sure you call 911. Now I want to step out of the way. I want to show you it's still a very active scene some 4 or 5 hours after this all went down. And if we could zoom in, you could see the evidence markers there. Presumably they are marking shell casings. And if you can see, there are close to a dozen evidence markers over there just to kind of paint the picture of how violent this shooting was early this morning. Now we want to get to the video shortly after this all unfolded this morning at about 3:30. And you can see that's where the shooting took place in front of this CVS. And you can see the windows were shot out from the 3 officers that confronted one of the robbery suspects. He was shot several times. He is in critical condition at Wishart Hospital. The second suspect somehow slipped out, whether it be through the back door or through the pharmacy window. And for a time there, if you saw from the video, SWAT officers surrounded the CVS. They thought he was still inside, and they did a sweep, and they found out that he took off. Now, what was interesting about this situation is that Chief Hite was out here, the assistant chief was also out here, and one of the Marion County prosecutors also out here this morning. They were taking this very seriously, and I asked Chief what he brought him out here early this morning. This is what he had to say.
We're serious about this notion, folk, of making the city safe, and unfortunately, there are times we encounter armed subjects, give them verbal commands, etc., and if they refuse to comply, then we have to use necessary force.
It's still a very active scene at the CVS at 21st and Post Road. It looks like the CVS is closed and will be for the next several hours. And one of the problems that's coming out of that is we've talked to a number of folks out here that they were on their way to pick up their prescriptions at CVS, and now they're not allowed to. So we're going to try to continue to follow their progress. Hopefully they can get whatever pain pills or whatever they need from neighboring CVS stores. But again, this is closed so far this morning and will be probably for the next several hours. And if there are any changes regarding the second suspect who is still on the loose this morning, you'll be the first to know on air and on LiveWishTV.com. For now, we're live on the east side this morning. Walter Allen, 24 Hour News 8.